Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera everyone. I am Muhammad Farhan bin Muhammad Sultan, a JP scholar and a final year student at Chimie ParisTech in Paris, obviously. First of all, let me give you a brief intro about this school. It's an Ecole d'Ingénieur Chimie Généraliste. It's a part of the Fédération Gay-Lussac that groups 20 Écoles d'Ingénieur Chimie in France. It's one of the 4 écoles that organizes Forum Horizon Chimie annually. It's a part of Athens network that regroups leading technical universities all over Europe. It's a part of ParisTech schools that regroups different engineering schools in Paris. And lastly, it's also part of PSL University, which is an agglomeration of different institutions in Paris that form one functional university. Now keep that in mind, because everything that I'm going to talk to you about later is related to this stuff. The formation at Chimie ParisTech takes minimum 3 years. For the first year, you don't have the freedom of choice because the subjects are pre-selection for you, and they can range from chimie organique, programmation to mathematics and physique quantique. The emploi du temps are quite packed, usually from early morning to the late evening. There are different ways in which the classes are held. You may have classic cours TD exam, but sometimes you may start with TP and then presentation and then lecture and KD, where you get to gain more understanding on whatever the hell you did during the TP. For others, you got no lecture or class, you just got a project, and then you have to self-learn by meeting experts and professors on your own, and then you have the exam. But starting from second year, you can make your own decision already. So in second year, you have options that you can choose from. For example, for matériaux, procédés, chimie organique, biochimie, or matière molle at ESPCI, a neighboring école to Chimie Paris. And then in third year, you have even more choices that you can make. You can choose just to stick with diplôme d'ingénieur, or you can choose to do double diplôme without any additional years, in which case we may have classes at École Polytechnique, ENS, ESPCI, Mine de Paris, or Sorbonne University. You can also opt to do an exchange program, whether in France within Fédération Gay-Lussac, or even outside France as well. About stage, you have 2 main stages to do, one in second year for 5 months, and the second one is in third year for 6 months. One of them must be in labo and another one must be in entreprise. In first year, you have something like pseudo stage, which is for 1 or 2 months, and that is probably the only moment where you can go back to Malaysia to visit your family, for example. In terms of geographic location, Chimie ParisTech is in the middle of Quartier Latin, or Latin Quarters. So it's in the 5th arrondissement in Paris, near Luxembourg Garden. It can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. That depends on the individual. For myself, I believe it's a good thing that Chimie ParisTech is located there, because we have like 3 or 4 Resto within walking distance. We have a lot of shops that gives reduction to students, and it's near to RERB, which is a pretty convenient thing to have. For those of you who are into sports, you will be very happy here. Due to the networks and partnership of Chimie ParisTech, you have a huge variety of sports to pick from and train, either for loisir or for competitive stuff. We got rock climbing, fencing, parachutism, and many others. We have excellent alumni network and great professor reputation that helps you to get stage à l'étranger. And then the school gives importance to entrepreneurship and management, which is pretty cool thing for me. And then you have so many activities and events that you can participate in to further enrich your experiences. On the other hand, there are certain cons that you have to consider when it comes to Chimie ParisTech. For example, the school is more into pluridisciplinarity, which goes beyond chemistry and engineering. So if that is not your thing, then it's dommage. And then the schedule can be quite packed, and the fact that it is in Paris itself can be quite a challenge for some of you. Well, that is it for me. If you have any more questions, do not hesitate to contact me via Facebook. When I was in your place, I was actually advised and pushed by another senior to choose the right school for me, so I'll be happy to return the favor to someone else. Ciao.